Welcome to the Bandano Podcast, where we're calling a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. The longer these two sides take to come to an agreement, the more damage it does to the WNBA. If you look at these past two seasons, the WNBA has already done a great job turning people away. Caitlin Clark's rookie year, huge increase all across the board. You think some fans didn't turn it off just based on the product alone? Said, yeah, I can't watch this. I'll just watch Caitlin Clark games. I tried to give other teams a shot. Not that good. Not that entertaining. I'm good on that. Players are unlikable. Oh, I'm very good on that. Potential fans lost at the door. Year number two, Caitlin Clark gets injured. I don't want to watch. Caitlin Clark's not playing. I'm good. I'll give the Fever Girls a shot. I'm good. Maybe I'll try some other teams. Nah, I'm good. This whole Caitlin Clark injury, she's coming back, she's not coming back, she's probable, she's likely. 2 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 days. I'm good. I'm good. The WNBA, you're not worth that much to me. Second wave of fans drop like that. In fact, I know a lot of people who sold their tickets because they were so pissed off with what happened this past season. You look at the ratings in the finals, whoop, dropping. It is what it is. And now we have a potential third season. A third season that potentially might start late. A third season that might not even happen. A third season that is broiled in controversy and that just doesn't make the players look good. I'm good on that. But what the WNBA doesn't have is a loyal fan base that the ratings will come back to where they're at right now. The WNBA hasn't been ingrained in the minds of casual fans long enough for them to say, oh, WNBA is back, let me turn that on. In fact, even with Major League Baseball, it took a while. When it comes to the National Hockey League, it's taken a while. With the WNBA, it will take even longer for that to be the case. These two sides need to come to an agreement. And the players need to just say, we need to take this deal. This does nothing but hurt the players. They'll get compensated. Let's say they do get compensated, and they'll be back and playing in gyms that are 700,000, 10,000 people. If there is a lockout in 2026, you come back in 2027, people aren't coming back in droves. Ratings are going to be back right where they were in 2022, 2021. If you get a season next year, you still might have some hope to save this league. Players need to understand that. They need to give up some of their demands and come to an agreement. And we'll see if that happens. Because the WNBA Players Association did agree to extend CBA, the current collective bargaining agreement, for an additional 30 days. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into this article, shall we? With the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement set to expire Friday, the league and the WNBPA agreed to a 30-day extension on the current CBA through November 30th, albeit with one caveat, the Players Association acknowledged Friday. Quote, the executive committee agreed to the league's proposed 30-day extension of the current CBA with the condition that the players may terminate the extension at any time with 48 hours notice. What does that say to me? You better let me play this next game or I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. Yeah, so what if I lost the last 3 games? You better let me on your team or I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. The Players Association think they're just going to dangle this in front of the owner's head. Oh, you better agree here or else we're going to put in our 48 hours and we're going to go home. Oh, we just announced all of our final players for Unrivaled that nobody cares about. Oh, you better let us play Unrivaled or we're going to take our ball and we're going to go home. Oh, you better let us get a 50% of jersey sales, or we're going to take our ball and we're going to go home. This gives them the we're going to take our ball and go home at any time clause. Interesting if that's going to work out for them. While we believe negotiation would be further along, the players are more focused, united, and determined than ever to reach an agreement that reflects their value and undeniable impact on the league. Expiration of the current CBA would have opened the door to a possible strike by the players or lockout initiated by the owners. Lockout. It's a lockout. The players strike when they're under forget it. ESPN reported Tuesday that the WNBA had offered the Players Association the extension of the CBA, following a similar path to the most recent round of CBA negotiations after the 2019 season, when the two sides agreed to a 60-day extension. There have been multiple meetings this week between the WNBA and Players Association as part of negotiations, which has centered on how the league's salary cap is determined. The WNBA has proposed sizable increases to the league's minimum and maximum salaries, reflecting increased revenue generated by the WNBA since the last CBA was signed. Though the league's proposal maintains revenue targets that could allow players to share in future growth, the salary cap would remain fixed during the deal if those targets are not met. That seems acceptable, but not to the players. The Players Association countered with offers that would tie the salary cap to basketball-related income, similar to the way NBA, NFL, and NHL have long operated. The National Women's Soccer League also adopted a model that shares revenue in its most recent CBA. I'm glad you brought up the National Women's Soccer League, because they said, fuck you, MLS, we're going to do our own thing. The WNBA players, if you had some real balls, if you had some cojones, you'd say, fuck you, NBA, we're going to go do our own thing. But no. But no. The WNBA and WNBPA have traded sharp words over the current disconnect. Last week, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said on the Today Show that WNBA players will get a big increase in salaries, while pointing to absolute numbers as the way to measure that growth, as opposed to the share of the revenue. The league has said that the Players Association has yet to offer a viable economic proposal and has repeatedly refused to engage in any meaningful way on many of our proposal terms, and that it has offered an uncapped revenue sharing model that is directly tied to the league's performance. The union countered those claims, saying the league has run out the clock, put lipstick on a pig, and retread a system that isn't tied to any part of the business and intentionally undervalues the players. The fact that the league now wants to call any part of its proposal uncapped is precisely why its leadership, transparency, and accountability are being challenged right now. So they agreed on the 30-day extension. November 30th is the final day. Can you please put us out of our misery, please? Put us out of our misery, please. Lock out or don't lock out. It doesn't sound like either side's really budging. This is just kicking the can further down the road. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Unrivaled, you don't have Angel Reese. Real quick. Unrivaled doesn't have Angel Reese. They don't have Caitlin Clark. They don't have Asia Wilson. They don't have Sabrina Ionescu. They have a deal with TNT. Meanwhile, Athletes Unlimited has a deal with ESPN. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.